Good morning, students. I hope you all are keeping well. Dear students, nowadays in our online classes, we are going through the topic tenses, and we have already completed certain types of tenses. Like in our last classes, we have done the simple tenses, and we have gone through simple present, simple past, and simple future tenses. And after that, we have completed our continuous tenses. So we have also learnt about present continuous tense, past continuous tense, and future continuous tense. And as I have promised you during our last class that we will do perfect tenses in our next class, so I have come here with perfect tenses today. Although you all know about perfect tenses, the word perfect means perfectly, means when the action is done perfectly in the time given is called perfect tenses. As you can see the board, it is written when an action is said to be completed in the given time, it is said to be in perfect tense. And today also we will know about present perfect, past perfect, and future perfect tenses, which are used in English grammar, and we also use them in our day-to-day talks. Dear students, I want to repeat it that tenses are very important topic in grammar. It is not only useful in framing correct sentences, but also it is very necessary to speak correct English as well. You might have seen many people speaking any sentence, or when they are speaking to a person in English, they don't use correct form of tenses. Like if they have to use present tense, they are using past tense, and if they have to use past tense, they are using future tense. So it is very important that whenever we are talking any language, whether it is your mother tongue or our national language or any foreign language, we have to speak it correctly. We can speak less, but we should speak correctly, because whenever we are speaking wrong English or any kind of language which we are speaking wrong in front of a person who is knowing that particular language very well, we can be a laughing stock in front of that person. So with this respect, perfect tenses are very important in our spoken areas, because many people don't give perfect tenses very much weightage. But we should, since you are the learners and we are the teachers, we should try always to know any language or any such kind of topics very well, and by its core. And we should also learn, like teaching is not everything, or learning when you are listening and somebody is speaking, like I am teaching you and you are listening, that is not enough. We have to work on that after that also at home when you do your self study, and use certain sentences in your writing, like framing certain meaningful sentences and speaking also them, or correct form of English whenever necessary. Because being an English teacher, I must tell you that although English is a foreign language, we are always been told that Hindi is our mother tongue, we should give more weightage to Hindi. But Hindi we learn because that is our national language, and most often we speak in Hindi. But we can't deny the importance of English language in our life, because when, you also know it very well when you seek your job or whenever you are connecting with the people from other areas, other states, other countries. English is the only linking language which give us respect and honor by people. So dear students, we will know about perfect tenses today. I have prepared certain notes for you. I hope you can see it. Then by PDF you will be able to know. The perfect form is the verb tense used to indicate a completed or perfected action or condition. Verbs in the perfect form use a form of have or had plus the past participle. Verbs can appear in any of the three perfect tenses. We have three perfect tenses, that is present perfect tense, past perfect tense and future perfect tense. The three perfect tenses in English are the three verb tenses which already completed, as the word perfect literally means made completed or completely done. As we all know that by perfect tense we mean that when the action is completed by the given time. So that's why it is written that literal meaning of perfect is that made completed or completely done. When the action is completed with respect to the perfect time, it is said to be in present perfect tense. As we have already seen or know that we have to use the correct form of have and had. Like the form of have could be has or have anything, and had we will use for past perfect and will have for future perfect. So here I have seen it, he has seen it. This is for the present perfect tense. For present perfect tense we will use has or have and third form of verb. When the action is completed with respect to the past time, it is said to be in the past perfect tense. As in the present perfect, the action has to be completed in present tense, and in past perfect tense, the action has to be completed in past time. The examples are I had seen it, he had seen it. Both the cases had will be used. In past perfect tense, whatever the subject is used, the form will be had only, and the third form of verb, that is past participle. When the action is completed with respect to the future time, it is said to be in future perfect tense. Here also we will use will have with all kinds of subjects. Here future perfect tense, the action has to be completed in the time given in future. I will have seen it, he will have seen it. So will I will be common, and seen is the third form of verb used here. We use present perfect tense to show an action taken place as of the present time or is continuing the present time. So we talk about the present actions to be done by that moment in present perfect tense. We use past perfect tense to show an action as of a past time, and future perfect tense to show an action as of a future time, as we have already learnt about it. Now, how to form a perfect tense? What is the rule of a perfect tense? We form the present perfect tense by using the present tense of have. As I have told you earlier, that in present perfect tense, the form of have will be has or have as per the subject. Like if the subject is plural, then we will use have. If it is singular, then has. But with you and I, it is an exception. And adding the past participle, that is the V3 form of main verb. It shows a connection with the past and a connection with the present also. So sometimes in present perfect tense, an action starts in past and ends in present. It is used in these three situations. Present perfect tense is used in these three situations: to show experience, when a person is experienced about something. As per the example, he has acted in documentary films. He has acted in a documentary film. He has been experienced of acting in a documentary film. She has never eaten jackfruit. That is her experience, that she has no experience of, or you can say she has no experience of eating a jackfruit. She never tasted. Now the second point is to show a change or new information. So there's a change or something new. The CBI has arrested the criminal. So the CBI has arrested. Similarly, the price of gas has gone up again, means a new information. The price of gas has risen up. To show a continuing situation, a situation which is been continued. I have worked for this company for several years. He has known Sam for a long period. Means in both these conditions, it is a continuing process. Okay, like he has been connected to the company for many years, and he knows Sam for many days, a long period of time. Now, how to form past perfect tense? We use past perfect tense by taking the past tense of have, that is had. The past form of have is had, and adding the past participle of main verb, as we have done in present tense. Examples are: we were hungry, we hadn't eaten for 6 hours. So here we have to connect past perfect tense with simple past also. We are hungry because we hadn't eaten for 6 hours. Similarly, in the next sentence, I wasn't thirsty as I had just drunk a glass of juice. So here perfect tense is connected with simple past. The past perfect will move the time back further. It will show a more remote past, as we have done just now in these two examples. How to form future perfect tense? It is formed by taking the future tense of have, that is will have in most of the cases, and adding the past participle of the main verb. Past participle means V3. It refers to an action that will be completed at some definite time in the future. It expresses an action or state taking place before another action or time period in the future. Okay. So here again we have to connect the future perfect tense with another present form. Like when you arrive at the airport, the plane will have left. Means you are late. So before you reach, the plane will leave. They will not have slept for many hours. Okay. So as a whole, whatever we have learned till now about a perfect tense, and separately present perfect, past perfect and future perfect tenses, we came to the conclusion that the tense of a verb refers to the time of an action or state of being is called perfect tense. The perfect time or the perfect tense expresses action that is already completed. Perfect means perfectly done. The present perfect tense, once again in short, I would like to conclude here. The present perfect tense expresses a present action that began in the past and now completed in the present. As I have told you that an action may start in past time and will be ended in present. Now the formation of the rule of present perfect tense is subject plus present tense of have, that is have or has, plus past participle, that is V3, and rest of the sentence. The example is, I have kept the money on the table. So have is the present form of have and kept is the V3 form. The past perfect tense expresses an action that began in the past and was completed in the past before something else occurred. Here again, in the past perfect tense, an action will begin, action might have begun in past time and it will end, it was ended in past only before any action, new action will start. The formation here is subject plus past tense of have, that is had, then past participle, that is V3, and rest of the sentence. Example is, I had finished my homework before mom called me for dinner. Here what happened, the first action which has been finished here is completing the homework. So that particular action will be past perfect tense. And mom called me, that means my mother's calling me has this action has been done after the completion of the homework. The future perfect tense expresses an action that will be completed by some point in the future time. The formation is subject plus will or shall. Generally we use will with almost all the subjects, but sometimes we use shall with I and we. It depends on the sentence. It depends on the importance of the sentence or the feature of the sentence. So subject plus will or shall plus have is common here, plus past participle, that is V3, and rest of the sentence. Example is, by the time the show is over, Rohini will have danced for half an hour. So completion of the show means end of the show and Rohini's dance has almost been, will be done in the future time only. Dear students, I have tried to explain you all the important features of perfect tenses. I hope you might have understood. You can see in video again, you can listen to my lecture, and if you have any doubt, you can see the notes in the PDF, give the reading of the notes. 2-3 times when we read something, dear students, like some features or definitions or rules, it's very easy to mug up and it is stored in our mind. So be serious, because tenses are very, very important in our life. So in this crucial time, neither you nor I have any other option. So we have to continue our studies like that. We are trying our level best to satisfy your thirst of knowledge or queries. I hope we are able to give you maximum satisfaction of teaching. You can contact me through Campus Care every day. By the end of the lecture, I used to tell this. We are always there. Maybe I'll see your message late, but if it is possible, I always answer. So kindly be serious about your studies, be serious about your future, because we don't know that in future time what all difficulties we have to face. So we should be very practical. We should be following all the rules and regulations and all the precautions which have been told to take. And since you are teenagers, you are young, take care of yourself and take care of your seniors also. If you have grandparents at your home, they are old, very small children at your home, please take care of them. Ask them to follow the rules, and if they can't do themselves, help them to do it all. Okay, now there is a homework for you. Fill in the blanks with suitable verb forms in perfect tense following the verbs in the brackets of the sentences given below. So this is your homework. I'm reading for you. I dash for big companies like this before I know how they operate. You have to use the verb only which is given in the bracket. So the bracket verb is work. Dia dash for 4 hours when her father arrives. The bracket word is study. By the time you received this letter yesterday, Sona dash for Algeria. Bracket word is leave. When we meet again next week, I dash tennis for at least a month. Bracket word is practice. She dash recover from her surgery by the time we visit her next Saturday. Bracket word is recover. They dash in New York for 3 years before they dash Seattle 3 months ago. Bracket words are leave and move. By this time next year, I dash the course and I dash to speak perfect English. Bracket words are finish and start. Max drive for 6 hours when he arrived in the village. He dashed more than 300 miles. So these are the words which you have to follow here. And here, dear students, before move there is a dash, and before drive there is a dash, the last question also. So I hope you'll be able to do this. At least try, and little bit help you can take from your parents and elders, but maximum thing, if you read the notes, you will be able to do it. Till then, goodbye. Stay safe.